Chiefs, welcome back to another episode. I hope that you're having a great run or a commute or sleep. I think some people listen while they're sleeping, but not really sure how we feel about that. But we're getting the listens in, so that's all good. This week we've got another massive episode coming up. We've got with us Leo Peterson. He's fresh off running a sub 30 10K last week at the Sydney 10. I think before the race, I said to Leo, "Oh, we got to get you on the show." And Leo said, "Oh, I'd have to run pretty well to come on the show," but he's here now. So after a sub 30 performance, I think it's definitely worthwhile having a chat to him. To many, that run from Leo though might have seemed like a bit of a overnight success story. The humble boat mechanic, kind of dabbling in running, and now he's burst onto the scene running sub 30. But it's been years in the making, and today I thought, we'd explore that process of getting to where he is today and kind of celebrate the performance that it was. So welcome to the show, Leo.
Thanks, Dom. Yeah, it was it's good. I think we've known each other since I started running again. Maybe 7 years ago?
Yeah, about that. I can remember that. Like it was kind of like I feel like I've got a kind of weird connection to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Having just walking onto the track for the first time in a long time and having someone in the same boat was kind of comforting. But
yeah, we made a few teams together, I think, like for the relays and stuff, and that, it was good. It was a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. But usually each episode we start off kind of just talking about our training weeks and what's coming up for us and how the week's been going. How was the last week coming off the race looking like?
So post Sydney 10, pretty cruisy. So Monday, just easy jog. I get up at like ridiculous o'clock to get my easy run in. So about 5:10.
Okay.
Yeah, so get ready, drive straight to work, and then I run from there.
Yep.
Then Tuesday, just a moderate sort of run, I guess steezy, as my mate calls it. Like steady, between steady and easy.
Oh, yeah,
so steezy. Yeah. So I can't remember how long that was, about an hour. Wednesday, another sort of cruisy one. And then Thursday, I think I did a session. Hills. Yeah, back at Macquarie Hospital there. Or Funny Farm, as we all know it. So back on the hills, the mud, the grass is destroyed. So
it can be pretty tough running around there.
Yeah, when you see, like, I always think about people doing all these funny gym exercises, like the Bosu ball and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, have you ever run, like, in a muddy field? Like, that does, like, a million times what that Bosu ball is going to do, like, in terms of balance and stressing your strange muscles out. Like, so just run up and down that hill a few times and you're right. Like, so I didn't do gym that day, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Because of that. Friday and then Saturday, just easy run. Tomorrow we'll do a hard session.
Yeah, okay. What's the session tomorrow?
I think it's probably 3 by 40 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll just increase. We have maybe 4 minutes, 3:45s, and then 3:30s.
Okay. Jeez, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. So make up about 2 hours.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you were just in the gym before this.
Yeah.
What's the gym sessions looking like?
I keep them pretty basic. I go with a mate, and he's a runner, and he wants to get stronger.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, like, kind of not really the point of it all. I just, do my squats with a few, couple of plates on it.
Yeah.
And that's it, It's only like, do squat, calf raise. Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Bit of plyo. That's it. Yeah, mainly for hammies and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's about it.
And gym, is that like just 2-3 times a week or?
2 times, yeah.
2 times. Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes 3 if I'm feeling particularly motivated, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And have you got any other races coming up, or is there anything that you're kind of training for?
Yeah, well, we'll just do the Sydney half next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Just as a bit of a gap filler, I guess, and then the mountain running.
Mountain running.
Yeah, June long weekend. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
So,
yep.
In Canberra, so that should be fun.
That's the national champs, is it? Or
nationals.
Yeah, right.
We'll see how we go. I had a bit of a flop pre-COVID and the last one in Queensland.
Oh, really? What happened there?
Just wheels fell off, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think I got 5th, so I just qualified for the team.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first Australia team you've made, or?
That was the second time.
Yeah, wow.
I went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the first time was
you came like second or something, or?
Third. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but that was off the back of like kind of got a bit rejected by this girl, and I was like, oh. I called my mum and I was like, Mum, because she lives in Tasmania, and I'm like, Mum, I need to come and see, you know. And she's like, yeah, come down. And my mate's like, oh, there's this running race up a mountain down there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like, should I do it? He's like, well, if you like punishing yourself. I'm like, yes. I'm so sad right now. Like, sign me up. And that was how the mountain running thing was born, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Yeah, from sadness. Which ended in happiness, because I went on that trip with my girlfriend at the time, and it was fantastic. Great trip, even though I was injured.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Smitty? How's the week been going?
It's been going pretty good. I think off the back of the race, didn't do the same sort of intensity in the sessions. Had like a max effort testing, but only for a minute, which is good. So I did like on Tuesday, I did 2 by a minute. I think we're just recalibrating, seeing where the fitness is at the moment. That was like, I think that was like what we talked about with Lockie in the previous episode. Like I've never run, because you got to try and run 60 seconds like pretty much all out. I haven't done that for a while. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Like it's like about 40 seconds in, you just lose all your form, and you're just trying to sustain the effort.
Do you get the lactic bomb at the end, or?
Oh, very close. And like
really?
Actually, I probably didn't push myself that hard. My heart rate was still climbing when I finished the rep, like for quite a while, and it was like still panting. Like I just don't go in that zone training very much, if that makes sense. So that was interesting. Not fun, definitely not fun, but it was over very quickly. So that's good. Then what do we do? Thursday? No. Then Wednesday, Thursday was just kind of easy jogging around, getting prepared for Saturday today, park run, trying to beat Dom. Oh, yeah. Never happens. It was pretty good. I ran 16:14 in roads. So it was about 12
new
seconds.
PB?
Yeah, new PB. It was 12 seconds faster than we did it a month ago. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Off the back of Sydney 10, I thought I would like sort of get near 16 minutes, but it's just not the same. I don't know if I think we were talking about this before, Dom. It's like the course, Sydney 10 course is just so fast, and also being around heaps of runners makes a big difference as well, and the atmosphere. How much do those little turns and corners take off the time, you reckon?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of like hairpin turns and stuff. Like, I reckon it's fair enough to assume that you'd be close to 16 minutes. Like, surely.
I'm looking for every excuse, to be honest.
Which park run was it?
Roads.
Oh, that is a cracker.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. I got no excuses, because it's pretty fast, to be honest.
There was like no wind, and it's like pretty cool this morning.
Good. It was like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
10 degrees.
Good conditions. I did that 2 weeks ago, and I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Did you turn? Did you do a wrong turn?
But I went with it. No, like at the very start, you go about 800 meters in, and I just went straight.
Oh no!
And I turned around, I couldn't see anyone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? It's all right. I'll just run to the car park. Turned, came back, just overtook everyone till the last guy. And it was the guy we met on the weekends. Sota. Yeah. And I just caught him. He just put a burst in the last K. I was just ruined in a way, and just like.
That's mad.
Oh yeah.
What was the time?
I don't know. Everyone jumped on the Strava and was like, you ran the park run record, but you didn't. What's around like 16:30 in park run time?
Oh yeah.
But it was like 14:45 or something for
Wow.
But yeah, I was like, oh, sorry. It's the first one I've ever registered for.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have been happy with that.
I'm back to again.
Oh, you guys picked a cracker. It is a good. I like it.
Yeah, it's fun, hey?
Yeah,
But that midsection, like lots of tight turns.
it's a bit. It's kind of it's a much better benchmark one than Greenways.
Yeah.
Have you done Leo? Have you done Greenways
No.
before? It's like there's a lot of sort of sharp turns, and then there's like it's pretty much like a 180. You got to
Yeah.
fully turn around. I reckon
Yeah.
you lose a lot of speed there, but
Yeah.
those parts are still good anyway. But
Mm.
yeah, so I'm happy with that. Like for me, that's a massive improvement in the space of 1 month. So I can't complain
Yeah.
for sure. And Sunday, I've got a bit of tomorrow, bit of a punishing session. It's like a fartlek session, but so 3 minutes on, 1 minute easy, but the 3 minutes are like sort of interval, like quite hard, maybe like 10K race, between 5K and 10K race pace, and there's 12 reps. So
Oh, yeah.
that's I was talking to Sally, and she's basically like, this is more of a test to see where you fail. So it's like it's meant to drill you, but yeah. Sally was giving me advice. Basically, by the time you get to the end, visualize someone with good form, and she mentioned you, Dom. So that's good.
Really? That's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Visualize someone with good form. It actually makes a difference. Have you noticed that it can make a difference if you actually like visualize a little bit, like
Yeah.
running with good form?
I think it kind of just stops you from slumping over or whatever. But I don't know. It doesn't affect me too much. But
I hope it like sort of makes you like maybe just a reminder to sit upright.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
And when it starts hurting, Sally was saying it's almost like you're not running with your like you can't feel your legs almost. You're running with your mind or towards like when it's really starting to hurt. So yeah, I'm preparing myself mentally for that. It doesn't sound like it's gonna be fun.
You're not going to sleep tonight. You're just going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. It's like race.
You're going to have horrific dreams.
I think. No, those are good. I think we've done a lot of those in the past, like 2 months. Those just harder sessions, some good long runs, speed work. So I'm happy. It's just not that thrilled at the time of the session though, but we'll be right. Anyway, that was a big ramble for my week. But yeah, what about you, Dom?
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I was kind of just like jogging around most of the week. I kind of changed my goals for like what I want to do each week. So I've decided that I'm going to just focus more on doing a few more cycles, and then I've try and run like as much elevation as possible. So every easy run, I've just been running hills because that's what I'm going to have to do in this big race I'm training for. And then the workouts for this week, I did. It was like I think it was 8 by 1200. Off. I think it was like a lap jog recovery. So that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it, but it was kind of like dark, and I changed my mind like where I wanted to do the 1200s about 3 times. I started off in one place, and then I moved to another place, and then I moved to an oval finally, which was probably the best bet because it had like good lights and there wasn't too many people there. So it probably wasn't the best session really, because I didn't really kind of knuckle down and get into the rhythm of it too much. It was just a bit choppy and changey, but better than nothing. And then I did a 30-minute tempo on Friday. So I think, every Friday I'm just going to do a tempo and increase it by 5 minutes until the race. I think that's gotten me fit in the past, and so I'm going to go back to it and try it again. And then, Smitty wanted me to pace him for the park run. I ended up just kind of going out quick and not really
Very,
doing
very quick.
pacing job, but
you failed on the
You,
pace.
you were trying to, by the looks of it, you're trying to kill me. You got me by 20 seconds, and I was
Yeah.
lucky I had power reading on my watch. Otherwise, I would have tried to come with you, being like, "This is a bit quick, is it? Surely."
Yeah, I think like the first K was like sub 3 minutes, but
Mate, I was 3:10 for me, and you were like, basically, I couldn't see you.
That's mad.
Yeah.
You didn't do what I did and just kept going straight. And like,
No, yeah. Fortunately, I think they had someone like standing right there in the middle of the path. I think they learnt their lesson.
Yeah, they
after
probably
your race.
Yeah, I think that would. Yeah, I'm an instigator.
And then, yeah, I didn't have a coffee in the morning because we've run out of coffee at home. So I think that kind of pissed me off as well. Like I was a bit grumpy before the race, and probably
You
just
were
let off
not
a bit
happy
of
to
steam.
be there. It's like I got. It's like I could sense. It's like I've gotten this guy out of bed. He's like, "Fuck, man!" And now I don't have coffee.
Yeah. You haven't started your warm up, and there's just steam just rising up on the bed. Like everyone's just standing around. It's like ice cold, like 5 degrees. It's like,
And then, yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, there's the Red Bull Wings for Life event, which I'm going to do. I think it's a good little build-up race to the big one. So it's pretty interesting. Like you go half an hour head start before a car sort of takes off, and it slowly gets faster and faster until it catches you, and you just got to like run as far as you can. But it's run, at the same time throughout the world. So Australia kind of gets the short straw because it starts at 9 p.m. So
tomorrow?
Yeah, 9 p.m. tomorrow night.
Wow.
So it'll be a bit of a late night, and then have to wake up and go to work the next day, which could be challenging depending on how long I'm out there for. But yeah, that's what the long run's going to be. But anyways, getting into this week's sort of topic, which is how to run like a sub 30-minute 10K, sub 30, 10K, and just like talking to Leo about how his life's going and how his training's going. Yeah. How'd you start running, Leo?
Yeah, I mean, I ran in school like most people, and never really progressed from there. I think I went to state, cross country a few times and things like that. But then straight away, jumped into an apprenticeship, and I think about 5 or 6 years, probably like 23 or I think it was 24. I'm doing all the motorbike riding and getting a bit injured doing that. And I was just like, living up the road from Rotary, and I was like, wonder if I can, like, if running will give me the same sort of thrill and enjoyment as motorbike riding and all this sort of, dangerous sports. I was thinking, I was like, what can I do instead?
Yeah.
So, I just went down the oval and met Alan Nolan, one of the coaches there, and that was it for about 3 years. And then, kind of left Alan and kind of did my own thing for a bit. And now I got my mate Robin Whiteley, who's pretty much kind of advising and coaching me at the moment. And that's how I ended up here pretty much. Yeah. So
right. What was the apprenticeship like?
It was good because I was quite a soft sort of. I'm still pretty soft, I think. But leaving high school, you're just a skinny sort of guy, and just you don't swear much, and you're very respectful, and then you get taken under the wing of some mid-20s to early 30s sort of guys, and it toughens you up, and I needed that because I couldn't deal with confronting situations and things like that. Because I'd never been exposed to it. And when that happened throughout my apprenticeship, I had that backup and I had that experience, and it really changed my life, I guess. And instead of going to uni, I guess I would have been the same sort of soft sort of character that I wouldn't be able to deal with difficult situations as well as I can now, I guess, if that makes sense. So
No, pretty interesting. I think like there's a lot of value in that. Like, I think like myself as well, I probably went the opposite way, went into uni and just kind of stayed that soft kind of person. And it probably took me a little bit longer until I actually got into the workforce and
That's it, isn't
was
it?
in meetings and stuff, and everyone's like, I don't know, you're even like too scared to talk, and it takes you probably a year or so to figure out I've got a voice and like my opinion matters, and I can't just get pushed around by people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a proper learning experience, and it's physically you change too. You're really growing up in that sort of 3 to 4 years. 18 to 22.
Yeah.
So it was the best thing I ever did. I wouldn't go back and I was going to be a PE teacher.
Oh yeah.
I deferred from uni. I was like, I'll defer, but
yeah, right.
Yeah, I actually got fired from my first job.
Oh shit! What happened?
Yeah. Well, you finish school, so I was doing weekend work with this guy, fixing boats, and I didn't know anything. So like, I'm like painting the hull a bit, and then I'm like doing a couple of little things to the engines, and like I tinkered, and as hobbies when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he called me in one Saturday. He's like, "Look, Leo, we think you're more suited to going to uni and doing all this sort of, more academic stuff, and you're just not very, skilled, and we need someone more skilled in a small business."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's fair enough." Then another guy called me, who I'd sent a resume to, and I was like, "Oh, I'll give this a go." Like, told him my story of what happened with the original guy, and he was like, "Nah, we're gonna get you." Like, we're going to get you good.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, told everyone at my new job, and then changed a couple of times, and
Awesome. That's
really pushes you, really drives you to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that workplace culture though is so important. Like if you're in an environment where it's kind of supportive, like and you kind of enjoy the people you're around, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like they didn't give you enough time to give it a good crack though. How long were you there in the first? Before you got fired. That sounds brutal, but
it was about 2 or 3 weekends, I guess.
That
I
is
was
not
there.
enough time.
Yeah, well, and as I wasn't quite 18 at the time yet. So well, yeah, I mean. But when you're a small, business, it was just him and a couple of people.
Yeah.
You need your apprentice to be, a definite contributor to the earnings, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
And look, I'm glad he did, because,
wouldn't be where you are today.
No, that's right.
Yeah, wouldn't be running sub 30 10Ks.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds bloody good, doesn't it?
That's questionable. See, like gun time and chip time. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
take it.
Everyone else is taking the chip times though.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Like if you're back at
there is video evidence of me starting a fairway back. So
there you go.
We could go with that.
And boats, like so growing up, were you kind of involved a bit with boats? Like it's a pretty kind of niche job to have. Like how do you kind of crack into that?
Dad got us into fishing, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So I love fishing. The only way to catch more fish was to get a boat.
Yeah.
And so we had a 7.5 foot little tinny.
Yeah.
It was the smallest boat you can ever imagine. It was actually a tender off a yacht. It was called like Antares.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Dad and I we used to carry it on the back of his ute. So, me and the old man, like 10-year-old Leo, carrying a little tinny with this old man on and off the tray of the ute at the boat ramp. Just fell in love with boats and motors, and worked at the local bait and tackle shop.
Oh, awesome.
For some time, and just the careers advisor one day was just like, Leo, we know you're going to be a PE teacher, but what'd you do on the weekend? And I'm like, I fixed my mate's outboard motors, and I did this and did that. And she's like, oh, well, you can do that as a job.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what do you mean, like a job? She's like, it's a career. So she lined me up with all these places, and sent the resume out, and
Yeah, right.
the rest is history.
That's awesome.
That's a good
careers
way to.
advisor.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I was about to say that's like,
Mm.
what did you do on the weekend? Like directly exploring your interest. That's good.
Oh, that's pretty rare. Like no one gets that
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
advice as a teenager. Everyone's kind of like just, I don't know, get a good job and
Well,
something
pushes
that
you in
pays
the
well. Like
generic directions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like what school subjects do you like or something like that is what
Mm.
they might ask, or what marks are you getting? What are you getting good marks in this? Then maybe you go in that direction. But yeah, that's pretty I've never heard that before actually from a careers
I must
advisor.
admit, I went to the creative arts high school.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Coringo Creative Arts, and I think they've since dropped that creative arts part, but it did attract the eccentric sort of teachers, I think, as well as students directed down that very creative thinking sort of path, and
Yeah.
lots of dance and music and drama and stuff like that. So
Mm.
Yeah.
So you started at 24. You started running at 24. That gives me hope
Yeah.
because I started, I think, about the same time. So maybe,
Yeah,
maybe there's some 30 hope. Anyway, so
absolutely.
what did training look like back then?
Oh, it was kind of described by a lot of my mates as like the icing on the cake training.
Right.
So it was a lot of like, we might do like 4x4 by 200 meters. With jog recoveries between the four, and then maybe like a 3-minute rest between each set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty grueling. Like,
I mean, yeah, you're running like 30 to 32s, and I think the most I used to run was maybe 60K a week.
Yep.
So I'd have a rest day Friday, and I didn't take the easy jogs very seriously, and that. I think I ran 32 mid or something for 10K then.
Okay.
Solid still. Yeah.
That's when you started?
Off like 60K a week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I can't make a comparison with myself then.
I mean, it was,
That's wild.
It was, well, I was doing, I think this is when we also started doing some, the relays.
Oh, yeah.
I think, and then that season I ran like a 157 800.
That's like,
Wow.
well, it's more like real distance training, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mate is the sprinter of the little group. We had, it'd be like, oh, you're doing your session with Daniel today, and I'd be like, oh, what's Daniel doing? It's like 4x200 off 8 to 10 minutes rest.
Oh.
And like the first one we do it, Daniel and I just start throwing up. Like,
oh, really?
Oh.
Like I was absolutely flat out. Daniel ran it in like 23 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And like 23 high or whatever. And yeah, I'm just trying to like max effort. And yeah, we're both just paralytic by the end. Just doing 4. We didn't even run 800. Like it was 800 meters of session.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah, but I remember that. It's just ingrained into my brain how bad it was.
That's like the sessions Lockie was talking about, Dom. It's like literally. So, so you were being coached by someone at that. So you started being coached straight away.
Yeah, that was Alan Nolan.
Yep. Okay, that's right.
It was about 3 years. So I think I left Alan when I was about 27, 28.
Yep.
Yeah, between that sort of time. I was 24 and a half because I started in June, July.
Yep.
So, yeah, 27 and a half, I think I left.
Yeah, right, okay.
Started doing my own thing for a bit, and yeah.
Why'd you leave?
Yeah, there is hope. There is hope for you.
Oh, I don't know. What? When did you run? So you started training. What was the first kind of races you were doing? Were they?
Still just a 10K.
Yep.
10K cross country.
Yep.
Straight off the bat, I ran the Beta Bay. So I saw Alan on like Thursday night at Rotary, and he said, "Look, if you're serious about training, come to the session on Saturday morning." I'm like, "Oh, okay, but I've got a race like the Beta Bay on Sunday morning." He's like, "Well, obviously you're not serious." Anyway, I rock up Saturday morning. Train my heart and soul out at Parramatta, Para Park, and up and down the hill and around the streets there, and Then Sunday did the Bay to Bay. I can't remember what time I ran, but
Bay to Bay, that's like a half marathon, is it? Up at
Central Coast. I only did a 12K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I think running about 35 minutes for 10K when I started.
Jeez.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 35 mid, but yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty quick right off the bat, I think. So obviously you had a running fit pretty well with you. Just
I did a lot of motorbike riding, and like I did a lot of just I don't know, just things like activities that were like would push me physically, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd probably work like obsessively, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And like really hard and that sort of thing. And between work and, you go away camping and motorbike riding, like you're riding for 3 or 4 hours, like non-stop.
Yeah.
And you drink like 2 bottles of Gatorade and a few pizza slices from the night before. Like,
far out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what you do. And so
you
coming off that was,
prepared yourself physically beforehand.
Yeah.
Just no actual programming, essentially.
No running as such.
Yeah, interesting.
Sounds like you're just like a kind of hard worker at everything, and I guess like it's just like another expression of that. Like,
I think like I found that just torturing myself somehow, and
you feel it's weird. I think we've talked about it. You've talked about this. You feel good coming out the other end of the torture. It's a weird it's a weird experience, isn't it? Any race or anything like that.
It's funny you say that. Like, it's only recently I read the book on David Goggins.
I was going to bring that up. Good book.
I don't know if you guys have read it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You read it. It really snuck up on me.
Yeah.
Did you find that? And it's like all of a sudden, like just the way I finished it, for example, was I lined up a run with a girl on Sunday, just a long run, and then she cancelled it in the morning. She thought she might not be able to do it because she had a sore hip. Anyway, cancelled Sunday morning. I was like, oh, it's all right. I'll just finish the book. So I finished the last 50 pages.
Yeah.
And it was just so intense. And I was just like, oh, damn. And then I was like, oh, I got to, and I just realized obviously Ultra Trail's been postponed.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to do the 50K. I was like,
oh, really? Wow.
I'm doing 50K. Boom. That was it. I put the book down, went up to the servo, got my iced coffee, drank my iced coffee, which I'm addicted to.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Boom, just ran straight to 25Ks.
Far out.
David Goggins, it does something to you.
Yeah.
It just, I wanted to get to that point of pain and suffering. We feel alive.
Yeah. I'm glad there's someone
crazy
out there like that. Yeah. He's just
he's amazing.
Yeah. Crazy.
I think I can't remember who I was talking about, but I was talking to one of my other mates about the book because he was reading it recently. He was saying there's something about just the contrast of where he used to be or where he started, and just being out of shape, miserable, just in all sorts of trouble. Working, what was he doing? Spraying for cockroaches. And then just the transformation was just so ridiculous. And I don't know, it's just, it's just really inspiring to see. And then you can I think for a lot of people, for me at least, it gives you hope, and makes you realize that suffering is not necessarily a bad thing as well, depending on how you frame it. It's a one of a kind sort of book. I think it gets a little bit of not hate, but it's misjudged a little bit. It's a bit too crazy, or
it's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous, but I think it's the way you frame it in a way. It's I think he's trying to teach you a lesson Like, he's not trying to say go out and absolutely hammer yourself, but everyone has sort of this new amount of potential that they could always be striving for, and it's outside the comfort zone. But yeah, it's a good book. Good book. Anything in particular? Have you read it, Dom?
Yeah. No, I like it. He's pretty crazy guy. I think that some of it like is a bit
Crazy.
much for me, like taking souls and stuff like that. It's but
you take my soul every time you flog me in a park run, Dom.
Yeah, true.
He's just got a notepad at home. I've actually found it here. It's like got all the time.
I took your soul at Fingal Bay, 100%.
Yeah, but if he wasn't that kind of like crazy guy, I don't think the book would have been as popular as it is, and those messages that are pretty important wouldn't have had the same sort of resignation with everyone who's got on board with it. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pretty good book, and yeah, I enjoyed it. A lot to take from it.
What did you like about it, Leo? Any lessons you took out of it, or just anything?
Yeah, it was pretty. I guess I felt it was just pretty intense for me. Like one of my mates passed away who's used to run with us, Rue. I don't know if you ever met Rue.
I think I might have seen him around.
You would have, yeah.
That's heavy though, yeah.
Yeah. So, losing someone and that sort of thing, you kind of, it just, I've never had that experience, losing a mate. And so, you kind of get this, what is life about sort of questioning.
Yeah.
And when you read this book from Goggins, and he's like, ask yourself why, and I don't know, it just made me realize that, why am I doing this running? Like, and it's at that point where like Goggins pushes himself to the point of where he feels alive. I don't know if that, and so, in that 10K on the weekend, like, I knew I'd get through 5K in 3 minutes, at 3 minute pace, comfortably. And then I was like, all right, from the 7 to 9K point, at least to the end, that's the good bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, I've done all this work. I'm going to get this fantastic feeling from 7 to the finish.
Yeah.
So, the book from Goggins, I guess, gave me that perspective on it all. So, yeah, it kind of joined the dots a bit for me for, how I was feeling, I guess, and that. So, and same with that 50K. Like, I put myself to the point, like, pushed myself to that point, and I was like, oh, great. Like, from 40 to 45K, I was like, oh, damn, this is like proper pain. Like, I was running like 430s or something.
Yeah,
and just up and down on the road wherever I was. And, like, whoa, this is good.
Yeah.
Like, I can absorb. I feel more alive and appreciate it. And
definitely.
Yeah, almost like you detach a little bit from the pain as well, or you kind of see it as just another thing, if that makes sense.
100%, yeah.
I think, have you ever seen, we'll probably have to get off the topic of Goggins, but there's some interviews of him after his ultra marathons on YouTube. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, probably in there. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, no, they're so, like, he just looks like he's got
just
nothing.
Destroyed.
He's got nothing. You look in his eyes and you're just like, it was, what's the 135 mile one? Bad Water. Yeah. It was after that. Someone asked him, like, so what was the heat out there like? He's like, didn't even feel it. Like, literally straight up. So good. But you could tell he'd given, like, he just left it all out there. There's something about that that's pretty cool. But so how would you, I'm curious, those 7 to 9, the 7 to 9 or 10K point, how would you actually describe it? For me, that's like where I have to dig so deep, because it's just like everything's burning. I think Dom and I were talking about this, like the 10K races got to be one of the toughest. What's your view on that?
The 7 to 9, it's that. yeah, that final sort of bit of the race where I really enjoy it because it's like it's at the point where all your hard work kind of comes to fruition, and you're like, yeah, like let's just keep chipping away. I had a couple of guys with us who sat on me the whole way, and I think they took a K. They took a K at one stage, and like the GPS is off, so you're like, I'm like, yeah, 258, like 258, 258, whatever. And then they took over, and it was like 3 minutes, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I was like, no, that's not good enough. Like, because the GPS, you got to allow for that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, no. So I just went again.
Yeah, right. So you pretty much led the whole thing.
Yeah, I had to. Like,
fire.
Yeah, I wasn't.
That suggests there's like a bit more time in that then. Like,
yeah. I mean, it felt good. Leading it. I mean, sitting in is nice. Like if I was racing, but we're obviously not at the front, so I didn't feel the need to race. I was going for that time,
Yeah.
But then it's just, it feels good.
Yeah, it's weird. It hurts, but it feels good. I would say, how did you feel through 5K? Did you feel pretty good?
Yeah, chill.
Yeah,
very chill. Yeah, I was getting clipped on the heels a bit. The boys were sitting so close, so I kept waving at them a bit. and like, we ran past the wheelie, one of the wheelies. I was like, oh, keep it up, wheelie. Like, yeah. Like I just, I was having a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, I really, really enjoyed it.
It's pretty cool that you had like the confidence to kind of go for it like that, because your 5K PB is like 14:40 or
from last track season, and I had a terrible run at this year's 5K.
Yeah,
I blew out around 15 dead, I think. So
shit. Like it's pretty ballsy to think like I can run sub 30 then and to execute on it. Like
I'm like after doing that park run, my coach was keen as for me to do that park run at Rhodes the week before.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to do a park run somewhere.
Oh shit.
And then I did the Rhodes one, and it was pretty comfortable running that sort of 255 sort of GPS pace, which in reality is like 257s, I think.
Okay.
So I knew 3 minutes was going to be all right.
Yeah. Wow.
So what? That's crazy. What? Was there any sessions before that sort of indicated you were in really good shape? Like, is there anything that stuck out except for the park run?
No. Like I do so much variety. It's variety's the spice of life, as they say.
Yeah.
So it's hard to judge. Like I'll do hills at Funny Farm. Like my Strava's, like I just let that just tick over. I don't normally comment, or I just let it run and I creep on everyone else as well.
Yeah.
But then I'll do lots of those 5 minute reps and thresholds and stuff. So no, it's hard to work out where I'm at unless I race.
Yeah, definitely.
I did Canberra. I did the Canberra 10K.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
How'd that go?
That was all right. Yeah. We had Josh Johnson. I don't know who.
Oh yeah, he's a gun, and
he's elite.
Mentally, he's like gonna have a go. Like
Well, he just legged it from the start.
Yeah.
And I just cruised out. Tried to sit on about 303 to 305s, and we went a bit quick at the start, but that's all right. And I think ran 31:20. But everyone's watches were like, it was like 10.3 or something.
Yeah, true.
So everyone was like, "What? No way! That would have been heaps quicker." But
I think Canberra's always like that though. Like it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think so.
And so you did like orange as well?
Yeah. Did the orange fun run and mountain running.
Oh, and mountain running too.
Yeah. I love orange. Orange is
so cool. Yeah, I love it as
beautiful.
Well.
You had a good one.
Yeah,
you did
it's
the
fun.
half. Yeah,
it's a tough course though. Like, you ran what, like 32 flat or something, or
something like that.
Yeah, like on that course, that's like Very strong.
Well, yeah, first K, 3 minutes on the dot. Second K, 3:17.
Yeah, jeez.
then 3:15, then 3:17, and I was like, oh well, there goes my 30-minute sort of goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually I did that the run in Tassie, the run the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was an eye opener. Like, I think I came like 14th or 15th, and like Brett Robinson ran and ran like 28:20 or 28:40 or whatever he ran, and like it's just yeah, that's proper elite field. Like yeah, to be in a field of guys that that caliber was just like whoa.
Yeah, far out.
Wow,
Is that
stoked.
That's the one where like the girls get like a head start or something, and you got to chase them down.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny because you're like, they start before you, as like obviously.
Yeah.
And so they're all warming up, and there's only like 10 of them because it's just the elites.
Oh, okay.
And so they're all warming up, and they start, and then they're like, boys, come in, like you guys start.
Yeah.
And then there's like all the people like doing the fun run, just totally excluded.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I was just like,
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was cool, but my little nephew came.
Oh yeah.
It was it was very cute. I gave him the medal at the end.
Yeah.
He's only 3.5, so he's like, oh, this medal, like wow. I'm gonna run. Like he's obsessed with running now. So it's cute. But
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And mountain running, like how did that all start?
Well, yeah, that just continued on, I guess, from it was actually Robin who suggested I do the race in Tasmania.
Oh yeah.
When I went and saw my mum when my heart was hurting at the time. Over that girl, and
that's right.
It's after the world champs that year, I raced it injured. I think I did something to my calf. I strained a tendon. Anyway, I like ran this course in a country called Andorra.
Right.
So it's like between Spain and France. It's like a little tiny little country there, known for skiing. So beautiful place. We went in summer, obviously. It was an all up year.
Shit.
So the town's at 1,500 meters.
Yeah.
And you run 1,000 meters up.
Far out.
To 2,500 meters.
Yeah.
And I was running like 20 or 30K a week.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I was thinking at the time, I was like, I wouldn't make my worst enemy do this. Like, I wouldn't, this is just proper grim. We walked the course like a few days before.
Yeah.
My heart rate was like 145. I was like,
far out.
Oh,
this is going to be bad.
Yeah. So it's like 1K of like vertical gain.
Yeah, over about 10K.
Over 10Ks, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's brutal.
Yeah. It was grim. But then went the next year, Argentina. Because then obviously I became a mountain running addict. Yeah. Yeah. I got over it. I was like, nah, got to keep running.
Yeah.
Didn't quit. Had a shocker at nationals, but still qualified. Ended up in Argentina, where one of my mates got injured from New Zealand, but I caught the last New Zealander just as we were coming. I came I think I came like 41st or something.
Okay, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it was good. So beat all the Aussies, beat all the Kiwis, and
so you're a top Aussie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My mate Will Atkinson.
Oh yeah.
He came with us, and Michael Chapman, Chapo. So they were just behind us. So it was good to get that one, under my belt, and proper insane course. Yeah, right. Up down the mountain, snow. Yeah, Jesus. It was madness, but it's good fun. Yeah, that's crazy. And nationals is coming up in June. Yeah. Where that bounce is at? Canberra. Okay. So which mountain? Yeah. Or? I'm not sure. Okay. I know you got like Mount Tennant there. My mate Etienne, he's offered to show me around a bit. Okay. So he's like, come and stay with me like a few weeks before, and we'll suss it out. Yeah, we'll suss it out and stuff. So that's probably an option. And just go rip it, I think. Awesome. Yeah. I must confess, I listened to a bit of Brett Robinson's podcast,
Oh yeah,
and he's like, when they're like, "What do you do at the start?" He's like, "I just charge,"
yeah.
and I'm like, "Man, that's awesome."
Yeah.
And like, even this that Sydney 10, I was just like, I was stuck at the back, obviously, because I started back. I was like, "Nah, I got to charge," and I did that. That's how I ended up at the front of the next group. Yeah, I was like, I just charged, like just missed a tree, cut in.
Yeah, gee.
Yeah. But the same with the mountain running, like you just got to charge.
Yeah, just like get out there and
Yeah,
get after it. Yeah,
just give it 100%.
Mm.
Because it's gonna hurt. Like
Yeah.
that's why I think it's why it's a bit of a.
It's pretty different. Like,
yeah,
and the training's a bit different for it as well. Like, do you find that you have to do different stuff, or?
Yeah, definitely like what you're doing for the 100 miler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
getting-
steep, just vert.
Yeah.
Get the vert in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I guess going back to the Sydney 10 build up. So it sounds like you were pretty like it was kind of like a bit emotional with Rue and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Did your training kind of change much? I guess you've been coaching yourself for a little while, and you kind of got a bit of help from your mate.
From Robin, yeah.
Was what sort of changed compared to last year and this year, and that kind of 6 months? Like, you've raced a fair bit, and there's been a bit going on. So I don't know,
definitely.
what were kind of like the secrets?
The secrets. Yeah, I did kind of think like, oh, actually, I feel bad. I don't actually really have a secret, but yeah, no, look, it's definitely been a ask myself that why question. Like, why am I doing it? And that's why I've done a lot of races lately. To just get that enjoyment out of it. I train by myself, so yeah, like that's enjoyable.
Yeah,
but then the racing's the joy of it. You know, that's the real fun part, and the atmosphere you get from all that. And like I go through all my mate Rue. I got all his medals and race bibs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I went through that a couple of months ago, I guess now. And it's just like that's what he loved, and I just realized I was like, that's the part of it, you know. I don't know. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's definitely to change from last year. I think around 30-45. I was a bit injured. I think I just come off an injury. I can't remember what I did. My deltoid maybe or something.
Yeah. Right.
But getting back into it. I think that year, but the last sort of 6 months I've just really focused on the variety and just getting that enjoyment out of it, and
definitely
push myself a bit too hard probably, and traveling around a bit. I like traveling, and like traveling to Orange is cool. Stay in my car, camp out. Mate, it's so good. In like Canberra, I stayed at Cotter Dam.
Oh yeah.
Which is just absolutely stunning. Like, just so beautiful. And like the night before, I'm like resisting so hard to go for more of a run. I did like a 4K jog, and I'm just like, oh, I could do like 20 odd K, like up the mountain around the place, and like, oh no, just chill. But you got to squeeze every bit you can out of it, and I think that's what my attitude is for these races. Like, you just got to charge and squeeze every bit you can out of it. I'm not going to sit back anymore. Like, you just can't. Like,
definitely.
Life's too short, I guess. And
fuck.
It's full on. Like, it's definitely been pretty intense.
Kind of like
last sort of 6 months and
perspective and stuff. Like.
It's
epic.
I mean, it's not nice, I guess, but it's changes you. That's for sure. It's not. If someone's rude to you or mean, like, you just like, that's it. Like, you just like, why? What's the point? You know, you just. That's the same with like anything. Like, I'm pretty chill, but like even now I'm just like, it's all right, just move on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like road rage. Who has road rage anymore?
Yeah.
Like like what, who's beeping people at the lights to hurry up and take off faster? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's a couple of seconds and
Yeah.
it's a bit off topic, but yeah.
No, it's funny how
It's been a wild 6 months of just changing mental
I guess like
attitude.
COVID and everything else going on as well. Like it's pretty wild times, like for everyone, really. Like,
everyone's struggling and stuff. I think is with coming back to work and then like having it. Most people have ended up with COVID.
Yeah,
so it's not nice for especially athletes like us runners. Have either of you guys had COVID yet?
No, not yet. Fortunately, what about you?
No, COVID yet.
That's weird.
We're in our little COVID bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dom, sorry, just really quickly. Can you chuck the camera back on? I'll probably just edit that out.
That's right.
Just because I can't see.
Yeah, it's still fucked.
Oh, shit. That's right. I'll make a note of.
I think I'll need to get there.
Sorry to interrupt the flow, boys. I'll
That's right.
edit out at 55. No. It's just because I'm trying to see facial expressions. I'm like, I'm like looking into. Nah, that's all good.
Yeah, no, it's fucked.
No.
It's cooked.
Yeah, but you're right. I think I don't know if this is the same thing, but we forget. For me, at least, when I get caught up in too much of trying to chase times, I sort of get a bit ungrateful with my running, if that makes sense, or like not appreciate the fact that I'm healthy and I can run and all these sort of things. You get like a little bit carried away. So, yeah.
No, you're spot on. And like, I don't listen to many podcasts, I must admit.
Yeah.
But I put on, after your recap, I put on, what's that main one with the Brad Croker guy?
Oh,
Inside running.
Yeah.
So I put this inside running one on, and they are just so focused on each session, and like it's broken down into the smallest of details, and I'm like, man, I don't even remember like what I did last week. Like between work and like just everything else going on, it's like you just got to. I feel like it's just obsessing over like, especially like a session. It's like, what if it's raining? What if it's hot? What if it's muddy? What if it's this? What if the oval's closed, like you said?
Yeah.
It's like, man, I have this like the last 6 months, like I just got it done. Like, Funny Farms grass is like, over my knees, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just doing it, like, boom.
Yeah.
Like, just tick the box, enjoy it, and then go home, have your dinner,
100%.
and then do whatever you got to do and go to work.
Yeah.
Like, but then it's all just, just like, I don't know, parts of the jigsaw puzzle, I guess. And at the end of the day, it's the race that matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so what if you weren't, hitting your 303s or 304s? Like, you're hitting 310s because it was a bit,
whatever,
it wasn't perfect conditions, you know? That's all right. Like,
the work's still there.
The effort's there. Yeah. I go up heart rate for most of my stuff. Like, people are like, I've got to get 10 clicks in, or I've got to get 20 clicker in. And I'm like, what? Like, what's that even mean? Like
20 Sharpies.
Yeah. Oh, I got exposed so badly the other day. I was at the gym, and the gym challenges burpees.
Yeah, right.
And so the chick comes over and she's like, Leo, come do the burpee challenge. And I'm like, well, I've never done a burpee in my life. Like, give us a demo. And she's like, oh, like you do it like this. And I was like, so a couple of times I was like, all right, we'll do the burpee challenge. It's like as many as you can do in 60 seconds.
Yeah, right.
So it's like the trainer girl and the girl she's coaching and me. And the girl she's coaching did 23.
Wow.
I did 25. And I was like paralytic. So I'm just like, I'm about to start dry reaching from the last. Yeah. And then and my mates just standing there like, whoa, like, from like 60 seconds of burpees.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just ran 30 minutes for 10K and you can't do 60 seconds of the burpees. I was like, I'm exposed. I was on my back, literally on my back, just like out.
Oh my God.
So, geez. Yeah. So if you feel bad, right?
Yeah. Just get the effort in. Yeah.
Well, nah, just challenge me to some burpees. Like you'll destroy me, I guarantee. Goggins style. I'll like obsess over it now.
Yeah.
And like give me a month, and I'll be like going for the world record.
Yeah.
You'll be on the
yeah,
chin up
no.
bar for however many hours.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man, yeah, it was
No.
the burpees got me.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, exposed.
I think that's it though. Like that's the secret. Like
we found it.
not worrying about like
That's it.
all those little details, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that for me, like running ultras and getting out on the trails and stuff like that has kind of really like shifted my mindset.
Yeah,
and I think just like being in nature is like so relaxing and rewarding, and like just puts you at ease. Like I feel like there's something kind of to it. Like I don't know if it's like history or genetic or something like that, but it just feels like keeps you calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music when you run in the bush or?
Not in the bush, no. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty calming. You know? You just
absolutely.
Yeah. Lately, especially, I haven't been listening to music and I just cruise around with my own thoughts and
I think
having a project is always good. So I inherited Rue's car. Which is an R33 Skyline.
Yeah.
And Rue had his specific tastes because he was an architect.
Yeah.
And so
he's pretty picky about like.
Yeah, very aesthetically pleasing, that sort of stuff. Whereas me, the mechanic, I'm like, damn, we need to change the oil. Like we got to get onto that. Like, like so. I just always thinking about things I got to do to that to bring it up to scratch. But reliability, I guess, and that's the thing. But good little project. Always have a project, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it keeps you distracted. Makes everything else seem, not as important.
Definitely.
That's a big plus of getting to talk to cool people like yourself, Leo. This is our project at the moment, which has been.
I love the idea of the podcast. It's
it's been so fun.
Yeah.
But
it's great.
I think you make also just adding on the point you made before. It's like in the race, I made the commitment to focus on just like be in the moment a little bit more, if that makes sense. Because I've always like looked at like even though I was looking at my power just to make but I don't know, in that end part or even in sessions, just trying to like, I don't know, not worry about different things like your pace, heart rate. Am I going fast enough? And then because then you start thinking, I'm not, like you said, I'm not hitting the splits. How fit am I? I might not be, you know what I mean? It's easy to go in a death spiral of thoughts.
You know what I find funny is people in their warm-ups. Okay, everyone's going to think I'm judging them now when they see me at the track and they're warming up, but I'm really not. I'm not even thinking about. I'm not thinking about much really. I don't think.
Yeah.
But like it's a bit obsessive, Like it's this warm up, and then it's this drills, and then it's this stretching, and like I can appreciate that everyone needs.
Routine's kind of.
Yeah, it's a routine, and it's like if I've got a gammy knee or something, I've got to do particular stuff to be able to do the session. But like the idea of time and like it doesn't stop. Like so if you've got a session and it's hard as shit, right?
Yeah.
And like it's like you're delaying that start.
Yeah.
Like, I'll run to the oval.
Yeah.
Do a couple more laps, do a few stretches.
Yeah.
And like boom.
Good to go. Yeah.
Like you got to, and it's like time's not going to stop. Like you're going to start your session. It's going to go for 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like something like that if you're doing a monophilic or whatever. And then,
get it done.
How fast you go is irrelevant because you're starting it and you're going to put the effort in.
Yeah.
And then you're going to stop. Like there are variables all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so you just get it done. You go home and have a mad dinner and like.
I love the simplicity. It's like, it's almost like you can, for a 10K race, for example, it's like I need to run 10Ks on the limit and that's probably doesn't need to go too much outside of that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's as simple as that. Yeah. Like.
I wonder if my heart rate data's on Strava for the race. I think it would have been like 186 or something.
That's like
average, maybe.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
What's that in line with how you normally sit if you?
I think that's pretty up there. I think 183 is my normal race pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heart rate sort of effort average. But yeah, that last lap of the track, it went to like 191, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like dry reaching at the end.
Jeez, 191. Oof.
Yeah, it goes about 190. Yeah.
Oh.
Not bad for a 31-year-old.
Yeah, very solid. What about like nutrition? Do you have any tips or tricks there? Or?
Yeah.
You do?
Just
secrets.
Very plain.
Very plain. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's a lie. I love this particular pasta. It's in Woolies. There's a shout out for Woolies. I
can't get him on as a sponsor.
Yeah.
It's like it's like these little spirals. And my last girlfriend, like, we broke up. She's like, I'm like, what do you want to do with the pasta? She's like, you can have it. I hate it. I was like, oh, what? It's been 4 years and you hate the pasta? Like, I've been cooking it for you like every second night for 4 years, and you tell me now that you hate the. So look, I love this particular pasta. It's in a little green bag in Woolies. I don't know, it's a little spirally ones.
Yeah.
The reason I like it so good, because it cooks fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Man of like efficiency, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you think alike in this.
You guys are so aligned. It's not funny. I love it. I love it.
But yeah. Moving towards a bit of more vegetables and stuff these days.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, getting in the veggies. Yeah, not a vegetarian by any means, but
yeah. Just more of a focus on it.
Yeah. So,
no crazy rituals like beetroot juice, like Dom.
No, but I do. I'm a believer.
You're a believer?
Oh no!
I'm a believer. Yeah. You know what's in my fridge? Big can of baby beets.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You're outnumbered now.
Oh my god! No, a sub 30 man said that. Now he's literally just going to eat beetroot for the rest of his life.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that.
Good night.
All right.
Yeah. Love that. Yeah.
It's an interesting experience in the bathroom, though, I'll tell you.
It is, yeah.
Is that what you figured out, or was that the punchline from your last?
Yeah. Well, this Wings for Life event last year.
Yeah.
I went over to Turbo's house before it, and I told him like, I'm going to do this run tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, oh mate, we got to like get you some beetroots, and so he made me this this smoothie with like beetroot and stuff in it. And I was like sculling it at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock. The race is at 9. And then I went and did the race, and it just went straight through.
Yeah.
I haven't had like stomach problems that bad, like ever. I think it's like it ruined my stomach.
It's bright red though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you think your kidneys are failed?
No, yeah.
You're 30 minutes into a run, and you're like, oh my kidneys are back.
Yeah, no, it was shocking. I had to like stop like 5 times, and my stomach was just like destroyed. Like it was like hurting. It was that bad.
Yeah.
And I ended up just having to pull out. So yeah, a bit of redemption this year actually. So this one means a bit.
Yeah. You're back with vengeance. Yeah,
100%.
Maybe you just have Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull. Yeah. And then I go to sleep afterwards. So it's like,
oh no,
yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah.
But definitely beetroot.
Beetroot.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
That's good.
Love it. What about have you ever tried like the baking powder or bicarb? Or
soda big.
Yeah.
So my podiatrist is actually Richard Winniebank.
Yeah.
And he is, I think he does stuff with the GWS AFL team.
Yeah.
But he works at the sports place, Sydney Institute of Sport.
Yeah.
On Big Tree Avenue there at Homebush.
Oh yeah.
So he did his thesis. He's in his 40s, I think.
Yeah.
Like maybe early 50s, like late 40s. But he did his thesis thing, like the PhD on Sodabic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you take it with a little bit of orange juice, maybe, like vitamin C.
Yeah.
Yeah, did this full investigation into it and stuff like that, and how it should be like a banned substance.
Really? Crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like that good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I take it every now and then.
Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah, you get 2 little pills.
So that's the secret.
That could be.
We're gonna have to do a
Yeah.
summary of secrets here for sure. But what?
Yeah, I thought there was no secrets.
No.
You
We've
guys know
uncovered
their
them.
secrets. I thought everyone was taking Sodabic and eating beetroot.
Just you
Like
two.
that.
Just you two.
Hey, we're running good.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
there you
I'm that's why I'm going straight down to IGA after this. Don't worry. What is it meant to do?
Because like lactic acid goes mainly to your stomach, and so because the Sodabics, like you swallowed the bicarb, kind of just neutralizes that a bit.
Yeah.
So it's more of a placebo. Like it's in your mind. Your stomach's feeling good instead of getting that feeling of like wanting to throw up. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I
thought it was more like similar, I guess, like, but because it's kind of like an alkaline, like basic product.
Yeah, I think
So
along those lines too.
you've got like more of a buffer for when you go acidic and you're producing that byproduct of exercising. So you're already at like a higher level.
You've got more of a tolerance.
Along the chain.
Like,
There's a big tolerance. Yeah.
No, something along those lines. Yeah,
But
100%.
I don't know. That's two kind of average Joes trying to explain something that's
Speak for
probably
yourself,
really
Dom.
scientific.
Jeez. Anyway, what about? Oh, I got a good one. What about shoes? What do you reckon about shoes, Leo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's funniest thing. What are there's the Nike Infinities.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The ones that like super soft.
The recovery kind of one.
Yeah. So I mentioned the podiatrist. So I wear orthotics, and I do every session in them.
Really?
I ran on Bunny Farm in the mud, like in them.
What?
That's crazy.
Why?
Yeah. I just rotate 2 pairs because they're just I don't know.
They work.
And you do,
they work. They feel good.
Easy runs, everything.
Yeah, easy runs, tempos,
Oh,
trail runs, long runs.
that's
Crazy.
incredible.
With tracks.
That's the shoe with like massive Zoom X, and it's got no plate though, so it's very, very soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the orthotic plays a bit of a role in that, and like stabilizing.
Yep.
But yeah, I race either in the next percent or the alpha flyers.
Yep.
I'll only wear alpha flyers if it's like lots of downhill.
Right.
On a road. Okay. So I should have worn them for that one. It's called the Sun Run.
Oh yeah. That's a tough race.
Yeah, because I'd never done it before. But you run uphill.
Yeah.
And then you like hammer downhill.
That's just the last bit, but.
Well, that was at the start. Oh, and the end.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the start, like Kieran Tall, like we all would jog up the hill together, and then from the top of the hill, he's gone. Yeah. And at the end of the race, I'm like, "Damn boy, you got alpha flies on."
Oh, do you have the alpha flies on?
Yeah. I was like,
right.
That's why you could run down so quickly because you're not suffering from that reverb. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And he's a weapon.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I was like,
that was the only reason why.
Alpha flies.
The alpha flies, and he's like, a weapon. I think one of the first times he's a mate of Will Atkinson's, and Will's like, "Oh, Kieran's gonna come on a long run with us."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "All right, this is like state 5K champ." It's like, yeah. Oh, it was funny. I was fanboying him.
Yeah. No, he's awesome.
Yeah,
it was good. Funny.
So you rate those shoes?
Good.
You rate the fast, the alpha flies and next percent.
Yep. And the Infinities. Yeah.
Big
I've got I do wear the Hoka Evo Jaws for mountain races.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, I wore the New Balance Elite V1s.
Oh yeah.
Because they've got a bit of grip on them. I wore them for orange because orange is like fire trail for most of it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because I think because Gerald last year wore like Saucony
The
plate ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, saw him, and I was like behind him for a bit because he beat me, and I was like behind him.
Really?
So his ankles are just going like rolling, and I was like, oh man, like we're just running down the mountain. I'm like, oh man, like it's all right. I didn't mean to pressure. Like we're just at the end of the race, and I was like, oh man, that's wild. But yeah, I was a sucker for the carbon plate. I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
But no, normally you wear those hectic,
Real,
super aggressive.
Kinda, yeah.
Your shoe choice for the 100 mile?
I got the Brooks Catamount. So
okay.
They're like a trail shoe with like all the grippy vlugs and stuff, but it's got the same foam that they use in the super shoe.
Right.
But I don't know, they're pretty like heavy and
Is
clunky.
it firm? Like pretty firm?
Yeah, and I think like the super shoe, they did a few studies on it, and it didn't actually perform that well. Like I guess the Brooks athletes aren't kind of renowned for
I know they got
these
their team like the
breakthrough
Brooks
performance.
Beasts.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's fine, but I think trail shoes in general are a bit more clunky, kind of heavy. Like it's got like a rock plate in it as well, so it just feels a bit heavier on your foot.
Yeah.
But for the 100 miler, I don't think it'll matter too much, and I think you kind of want that support.
Yeah,
it's going to be pretty
and protection.
Yeah.
What do you think of Goggins when he says the main reason people stop? It might not be Goggins, it might be Scott Jurek.
Oh yeah.
Because Scott Jurek's got a good book out. It's pretty old. It's like it's just a bit of a biography. But it's like people stop because of the impact, like the pain from the impacting.
Yeah, right.
Is
not
too
actually
much, not the actual
exertion.
Running itself. So if you did 100 mile on what's that thing called where when you're injured you wear
elliptical.
The elliptical.
Yeah.
It was kind of along the lines of if you take that impact out, like you could obviously run.
I think there's a bit to that. Like running Buffalo Stampede, like the marathon, it was just cooked. Like that's the hardest thing I've ever done easily, and it was mainly like the really steep downhills that.
Actually, the impact,
yeah, because like you have to you can't like just run it. You're kind of trying to ski down it almost, and like your quads are kind of just getting destroyed. Like
it's an interesting thing to think about. I hope I didn't mess with your head a bit. You're questioning your shoe choice. Look, if you need some infinities, mate, they're $160 at the Nike outlet shop. Right, it's the cheapest shoe option ever. Boom.
No, you've sold me on it. I think I'll have to get a pair for something,
mate. Yeah, I get about 800 Ks out of them, I guess.
Jeez, in the Zoom X, the Zoom X foam is meant to be notoriously doesn't have good durability, but apparently not.
The forefoot wears away a bit, but
still good.
Yeah, and most of my stuff is I'll use them not just for road.
Yeah, for everything.
Yeah. If you wore them just on road, maybe less, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess wrapping up, we usually ask like every guest what their favorite race is.
Okay,
yeah. So like, I don't know, after the Sydney 10 or any other race, what's your favorite race and why?
I really like Orange.
Oh yeah.
That fun run where we ran into each other as well.
Yeah.
Like, and just camping out in the middle of the bush. My mate Rue had a house out there as well.
All right.
Yeah, so that was getting sold. So I went to the open house, and the neighbour's this mid-70s lady, and she's like, "Come and have a cup of tea," and like talking to me, and
that's
just
awesome.
like, "You got to come back to Orange. It's lonely, her husband passed away.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Next time you got to come back and see me." And like, I feel a real connection there to Orange.
Yeah.
So
that's favorite race ever.
It's the favorite experience.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an experience sort of dude.
Definitely. Orange is a pretty cool like town, and it's I think like for running it's so good. Like
you're at 1,000 meters or something as well. Like
exactly.
A good elevation, I guess. And,
a lot going for it.
Yeah. So that's I'm a holistic kind of person, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm not just about the race. You are more like, I love this race. That's about it.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I guess like going up to Orange and getting the win would have helped as well. To
Yeah,
enrich the experience.
yeah. I think we got a like $400 or something.
Oh, it's good prize money, hey.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm surprised like it wasn't like a deeper fields, like, because
True. Yeah.
it
true.
was, I reckon it could be a really good event. Like if you had a few more like good runners up there, it could be really really fun. But the festival had a great vibe to it. Like
oh yeah, like Vietnamese little takeaway shop there, that popped up, and I was like having my pork wraps and stuff, and it was good.
I felt like that's probably one of the better running like festivals I've been to. So
they
did a pretty good job on it.
Oh yeah, lovely little trophy.
Oh yeah,
and the nice like autumn maple leaf.
Yeah, that's right.
On it. It was just
like a glass or whatever.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
So
no, well, thanks for coming on. It's been like really eye opening, and I thought we were kind of just mainly going to talk about running, but there's so much more to it, and I think that running kind of connects your whole life together, and it seems like it's had like such a big impact on you, and I think it has such a big impact on everyone. So it's been really insightful having you on. So thanks so much.
Yeah,
thanks, Luke.
Thanks for joining us. It's been awesome.
Yeah.